Hey YouTube, my name is Nick. In today's video, I wanted to perform an experiment on the Sony PlayStation 3, and in my possession I have a custom firmware backwards compatible PlayStation 3, and I wanted to show a few things before I explain what I want to try here. So in a custom firmware PlayStation 3, you can do many things such as play backups and such. But when I bought this particular PlayStation 3 for $40 off of someone, I had no idea that it was a Japanese region PlayStation 3. And for those who don't know, if you want to play PlayStation 2 discs from the North American region on a Japanese console, you cannot do so natively on a backwards compatible PlayStation 3 from another region because it is region locked. So if I were to put a North American PlayStation 2 disc into a Japanese backwards compatible PlayStation 3, such as this one, without custom firmwaring it, it would give you an error code because it is not of the same region. So just in case anyone else is in the same situation where they happen to pick up a backwards compatible PlayStation 3 with PlayStation 2 functionality, but it's not from their own region, I'm not going to show you how to custom firmware the PlayStation 3 itself, but if you have custom firmware your PlayStation 3 and you are running a CEX PEX variation of Evilnat, which is what I happen to have here, if you go to this custom firmware tools settings and you scroll down to the bottom here, you should see CEX to DEX tools. So you're going to want to select that. And then to basically enable you to change the region of your PlayStation 3, you want to go to toggle XMB mode and set it to DEX. So you would see it say up there, DEX XMB mode enabled, reboot to apply changes. So you would just select both of them. This one, toggle XMB mode and toggle debug settings. And after you reboot, you will find that when you scroll all the way over here to the settings page and you scroll completely to the bottom, you will see the debug settings option here. So when you select it, there's two things that are important here. On a Japanese PlayStation 3, by default, when you press circle, it acts as X because that's how it's kind of worked for Sony in the past with their PlayStation consoles. For some reason in Japan it's swapped. So if you are a North American player like me and you're used to pressing circle for back, then you can actually toggle that setting here after you rebooted your PlayStation 3 from toggling those previous settings. So that's one nice feature that I wanted to fix when I got this console. But the other more important thing is this. And as you can see here, I changed my region from Japan to North America. And so now when I put any regular PlayStation 2 disc into the system, which I can also prove this is a backwards compatible model because you can see these PS2 upscaler settings here. But when I put any regular PlayStation 2 disc into this system, it reads it no problem. So I'm going to put in the Simpsons Hit and Run just to show that it works, and then I'll explain what I want to try. So this is my copy of the Simpsons Hit and Run on PlayStation 2. And I'm going to put it into my backwards compatible PlayStation 3 here. And as you can see, it will read the disc. So there it goes. The game's loading up, and to prove that this is not a PlayStation 2, I'll press the home button on the PS3 controller, and here's all the settings that you would normally see in the menu here. So that's all fine and dandy that the game is launching and the custom firmware Japanese PS3 is reading retail PlayStation 2 discs. And so what I was wondering a few days ago is what would happen if I were to put a burned PlayStation 2 disc Will the backwards compatible PS3 read it? I'll just load in just to show what it looks like. Honestly, PS2 games look so amazing on the PlayStation 3.
I'm endorsing a new cola, kids. And this one isn't poisonous to anybody.
That we know of.
New and improved Buzz Cola is made from only the finest sugars and waters. Plus, it has a special ingredient, too hot for the FDA. It'll give you the get up and go you need to do all the pathetic stuff you have to do. Try new improved Buzz Cola.
Cola. Must get Buzz Cola.
All right, player one.
Let's roll.
As you can see, it's all good.
I have no insurance.
Alright, so you get the point. So I'm going to eject the disc, and then I'm going to try putting in a burned copy of the exact game I just played. The way how I backed up my copy of The Simpsons Hit and Run was I put it into a computer with a disk drive, and I ran it through image burn and copied the image off the disk. So I'm going to go eject that disk, and so you can see it says right there, PlayStation 2 format disk, which obviously if I pressed X it would work. But I want to see what happens when I put a burned copy of the exact same game. So here's my burned disk copy of The Simpsons Hit and Run on PS2. And now I'm going to take this and put it into the PS3, and we'll see what happens. And the answer is... So it looks like it did nothing. That's about as much as I expected. That's interesting to know. Well, in case if anyone was curious, even if you have a backwards compatible PlayStation 3 and you try to put a burned disk into the system, it basically acts like it's not even there. And that's okay. So one last thing I want to try, if I load Multiman, will it suddenly work? Okay, so let's see if anything changed. I'm gonna guess no. I see something with the disc in the top right. No, so it doesn't look like it. Alright, well, there you have it. That's the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.